Hey Kerbal Space fans, this is Raw here with part 6 of the Interplanetary mission. As you see, we're on our entry trajectory into Duna, where we're going to aero capture and hopefully end up with a pretty circular orbit here. So I did tweak it just a little bit because it was before on the high side of 13 and now it's on the low side of 13, and that should be pretty good. I mean, we're not coming in with that much speed. Our orbit velocity is a little over 800. I mean, this is, you know, a little bit faster than the orbit velocity around the moon, but of course we're dropping like a rock straight at Duna, and this is going to pick up speed and be at its fastest point right here when we start entering the atmosphere. So let's go ahead and get that going. Okay. Now, of course, before we re-enter, we're going to put these bad boys away because we don't want the atmosphere to rip them off. And we're going to reactivate those. I think this one was already reactivated. Nope. Okay, we're going to reactivate these so that we can steer in the atmosphere if we have to for some reason. And we are going to get ready to time accelerate and get into Duna. So before I do that, though, I'm going to just do a little tiny rotation to make sure that the solid solar panels are in the sun. Nothing worse than running out of power when you're doing maneuvers. And that should be pretty good. We're going to stop it there. And we're going to do that. That's fine. Now let's get ready to time accelerate. Let's make sure that we are gaining power. Yep, there we are. And let's time accelerate and watch Duna get big. We're not going to go to full time acceleration because we could fly by. But we are going to go pretty quick. There it is. Here comes Ike. Looks big, doesn't it? If they had an atmosphere, they'd probably aimed for it and just aero captured around there. But no. So here's Duna getting mighty big. I'm going to completely kill the time acceleration. Let's put this in the free cam. And let's get on that prograde vector and prepare to burn in. I'm going to keep the engine on through all this in case I have to, in case I end up too deep and I think I'm going to crash. This thing does have the power to burn itself back in orbit. And let's get ready to hit that atmosphere. So still above 100 kilometers, and we're still dropping mighty quick. Let's see what happens. So we're already doing just physics work. We can't do time acceleration. Duna's atmosphere starts messing with us at about 25, I believe. Now it's about 27. Alright, here we go. We're in the atmosphere. So see, we're moving pretty slow. 1,500 meters per second at a low orbit is not bad. I'm going to keep the nose pointed right at the horizon so as to neither brake too much nor, just cut through the atmosphere real quick. And we're still got to drop about another 7 kilometers before we start going up. Let's see what that's doing for our orbit. See, the yellow line's moving. The blue line's not quite moving yet, but it will. This is still assuming we're going to escape, but we will not. I can do some physics warp. There she comes around. Still not to the lowest point. Give me that orbit. There it is. Perfect. A little like encounter there. Alright. Looks like we're about leaving the atmosphere, so a little under 12 kilometers on one side and about 2 million on the other. Well, 2 million meters, 2,000 kilometers. So that's as lopsided an orbit as you'll ever see. But that happens when you're aerobraking. I mean, to really try to get this fine-tuned so that it's kind of circular is really risky. We're dealing with like exactness within meters, which I am not nearly cool enough to do. So the first thing I'm going to do is, first of all, I'm going to stop time accelerating. And I'm going to do my normal trick of just picking a spot here and turning it in till I realize how high that is, or low, or whatever. It never gave me the periapsis. Come on. There it is. 200. Wow, that's still high. Let's bring it in a little. 190 something. Okay, that's not bad. Let's circularize that. $193, 300 and some on. That's way crooked. Wait a minute. Is it this way? Yeah, okay, that way. Still 193, 196. Alright, that's not bad. It's a higher, but even by Kerbal standards, but whatever. I'm just going to leave a satellite. It's not like I'm doing anything up there. Alright, that's fine. I don't believe that. But let's see what this burn's going to look like. I mean, seriously? That's twice the burn it took to get here. I don't buy that for a second. My engine isn't off, is it? No, so yeah, I don't believe it. I doubt it's over like a minute or two. So I'm gonna let it go a little bit further. Started about a minute. See? Told you. Yeah, a little over 2 minutes, almost 3 minutes. But that's fine. I mean, we're bringing this way up, bringing that way down. It's gonna take some fuel. Let's do some time acceleration. I should be rising nicely, and I should be dropping really fast. Let me get right on point though. I don't wanna. There it is. This will be a nice little circular orbit to leave my Ra was here satellite, which in theory is for science or whatever. Okay, let's chase that vector. And perfect. Okay. Orbit around Duna, 200 on one side, 250 on the other. Okay. I mean, it was supposed to be in the 190s, but whatever. And of course we're on the night side, which I don't want to be on the night side, so I'm going to turn off SAS and do a little time acceleration. You know, watch the sunrise over Duna. Hopefully before I run out of power. Here's the sun, alright. So, let's capture that sun, shall we? There it is. Alright, so anyway. I'm going to deploy the satellite. Now the satellite, if I deploy it and don't make any movements, it'll hit that thing and stop. So I'm going to decouple it and move my wing out of the way. There she goes. Let's see here. I'm going to pretend this isn't a docking port, that it's like a camera lens or something, and we're taking pictures of Duna. Right? Looks like a big old shutter. Let's keep it pointed at the old red planet. And that is the first major part of our mission complete. We are now in orbit around Duna. We've launched the satellite. Let's do a fuel check and let's see how we're doing. These are still at halfway. which is awesome news. A little less than halfway. This is still full. I mean, seriously. We've burned what, half our fuel load, and we're already here. I mean, all that we need to do is transfer to Ike, launch this thing in like orbit, and land, and then the trip home. We're probably gonna come back to Kerbal with quite a bit of fuel left. That's great. That's a good shot. Sunrise, satellite, Interplanetary SSTO. Our friend Jeb there, he is happy. How can you be happy? You poor, poor green thing. And locked in that cockpit for years. Anyway, even though this episode's a little shorter than most, I'm going to leave it here. And I will do the Ike transfer, satellite deployment, and landing there next time. So again, everybody, thank you very much for watching. Fly safe and see you all soon.